Hello friends, Cheryl here with Inked Pulp. I'm back with the nursing journal, the CNA journal. I hope that we can finish it up today. If not, I'll add on the few finishing touches and then come back and give you all a flip through. All right, I'm not going to do this just yet. I'm going to do this at the very end, but I had so much input that said don't use the pink cardboard behind the girl, let the fabric show through. So I took off the pink cardboard and I have, where'd it go? Oh, and then I cut a little hole here so that I could put there we go. Like her arm is kind of sticking over this, and then I have this to go up here. And then I will put book corners on it, and then this will just wrap around a little bit. Okay, so that is what the cover is going to be. And here's a helpful hint. So I had used Fabri-Tac to glue down the cardboard that was covered in paper, and it didn't want to come up. Fabri-Tac's pretty good stuff. It didn't want to come up. And so I took my heat gun and I heated over the top of the paper to loosen the glue. And I didn't get it all, but I got most of it, the bulk of it. So there's your hint. If you ever glue like paper or cardstock or something onto a piece of fabric or doily or lace, you can get it off with your heat gun. All right, let's go through and let's look at the different spots in the journal that we need to finish up in here. And one of the things I did cut, I did cut some lace pockets. Now, I have to see if this is going to go like this, basically. And this will fold around. I can still, they'll touch, but I can still put the pockets on. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down these pockets. And I really, oh, it goes this way. I really wish you guys were here because I don't know whether to leave it this way or put, no, it's got to go this way because this is the way the flowers are facing. All right, let's put down some Fabri-Tac. And this pretty lace, I've had this lace for a while. I've got some really beautiful laces and I need to start using more of them. All right, where's my, I just got to open up this Fabri-Tac a little bit. I was using it earlier, so it should be pretty good. All right, let's actually do it this way. And this side. And then the bottom of the pocket. And then we'll go to the back and put that one on too, and then those will be done. And now I got some extra glue on the page, but that's okay because I have my glue eraser. And that will take care of that. I'm going to let it dry first. All right, so there's that pocket. Now let's look at this one. And this glue, it will all come off of here. I just have to... I never know if it's better to do this wet, when the glue is still wet, or when it's all the way dry. I mean, I can get it to work both ways. I'm just not sure which is better, or if there's an intended way to use this. I mean, sometimes I guess you don't see it when it's wet, so you have to do it dry. Anybody know? Anybody have ideas on that? This is all coming off very nicely. And we won't have any glue residue left here. All right. All right, let's go to the back and do the same thing here. Maybe I can hold it a little better before I set it down so I don't end up with all that glue on the page. We'll see. I tend to get real messy when I cook and when I craft. What about you guys? Do you get messy when you craft or cook? I just get in my little world and I just want to keep going. And the thought of taking time to be tidy just, I don't know, it just doesn't occur to me. Okay. Let's put this out right here. All right. So now we have room for, this is probably too big, but oh, I can put that in there and let it stick up. That's pretty. But we have room to stick something in there. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, as we go through, I want to look at places where we can add like one patient at a time. I like that. And so I want to look for places where I can add words. I also want to look at where I can put lace across the top, and I'm going to come back and do the lace. In fact, I'm going to come back and do the words too, because I want to get through the things that have to be done. So I don't know what you guys saw and what you didn't. This is the little scrappy notepad. This is the flip out, and we definitely want to put something here for about caregiver. She's a caregiver. I know I said I was going to wait on these, but this page just always looks so, I don't know, like it just needed something. Let's go up a little bit. Put that right there. All right. That's better. I think I still need something up here, and I'll find something. I've got lots of little cutouts over here. Like I've got this. I could put down some, actually it goes this way. I could put down some cheesecloth and then put that up there. In fact, let's do that. Here I am breaking my own rule. I said I was going to wait. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I don't want to use cheesecloth. I want to keep with what I did on the other piece. I want to use muslin on there. Because that's what I did on the other place where I used fabric. I used the muslin. All right. Yep. And that might be a little too long. Yep. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. And then we have the muslin tab over here. So let's put this down on the muslin. There we go. And then we'll put the muslin down on the card. And that won't interfere with opening and closing it. And I like this because it's the green like her dress is and the background is. So it really fits in nicely. All right, so there's that. I think that page is done. Oh, I need to put something here for writing on, which is going to be tough because you got this here, but maybe I'll just leave it. All right, what's next? What do we have to do next? I'm going to come back and put some lace on this. All right, here is the center. Now, here is what I have for this part of the center. Actually, this is going to go this way. And I'm going to put some of these little scripty things on the front. And what this is a sliding, look at this. It's like a little note area where you can jot notes. Isn't that cool? And then this slides down to keep it in place, and it goes down far enough that these can open. Okay? Isn't that cool? I learned how to do that from a video I saw on the internet. It's actually pretty easy to do. Anybody ever done anything like that before? I can see so many different applications for that whole sliding thing. All right, there's that one. And I've already glued them down to the Nope, I'm going to do it this way. I could have left these open so they were little tiny pockets at the side, but we've already got the paper in here, so really don't need it. Okay, there's that. And here's this. I'm just using up all the little fussy cuts that I had left over from my kit so that I can, use up stuff. I'll have a lot of leftover nurses stuff. I don't know when I might ever make another nursing journal. All right, so that's going to go, that's going to go like that. It's going to go right in between and hold them all down. Okay, so now we are ready to glue this down, and I am just going to go around the outside because we don't want to interfere. This is the mechanism that lets it slide up and down, and we don't want to interfere with that. So we can put some here in the middle, as long as we don't get it over too far and clog up that sliding mechanism. This was the first time I'd ever seen anything like this, and I saw it and I was like, oh, I gotta make one of those. And this was the next journal I was doing, and I was really kind of stuck on what I was going to do for the center pages on this journal. Let me put my pen back in this. And this was just perfect. All right. I cut this at 5x7 because I looked at the card behind it and I based the size off of that. And then I figured out what size I needed my papers to be. Look at that. Is that not the cutest? Now we're going to do, so I have something on the other side that is going to, remember we had this, that's the lace. So I wanted to put something fabric related over here. So I've got this pocket and it's made out of the fabric, and then I stitched around the heart, and we're going to put this down here. And glue this little fabric pocket down. I may have to go back and put a little more glue in that. But we'll get it done to this point. Look at that. Everything matches. And then I have this, which really kind of clashes, but I'm okay with that. It's a little tag that says CNA, and it's going to fit in there just like that for the center. Now, I don't have just yet a topper for that. And what I want to do, if I can, is put some lace up there. And I'm just not sure what yet, but we'll come back to that when I get ready to do the lace. So there's the center of the first signature, and then I've got some charms to dangle down here. So what do you guys think of that? I think it's cute. All right, we're going to have some lace up there. We've got that. We're going to have some lace up here. I think the only thing left to glue together, I wanted to do something on here and I haven't figured it out yet, so I will and put something in there and then I'll show you all at the final flip through. All right, so on this one, I actually might switch these out. I might put this one in here. This is the CNA Survival Kit. That actually goes better. And I think with all the pink over here, this one will go better here. And I have a little corner pocket to stick that in. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. That way it doesn't clash on the other one. All right. Let's put this here. Like I said, I need to find a topper. But that's going to go in like that. And then this is going to go down on the page. And I want to make sure this is nice and secure because it is something that'll be opened and closed. And I don't want to have it coming up. So before I take the journal tour, I will go back and check all the glued areas and just make sure that, you know, everything is glued down properly. Oh, actually, I can do across. No, I don't want to do it across the top. And the reason for that is because it will seep through. I would have to take this out and glue it and make sure it stayed glued, which I can work on that offline. But anyway, this is the little card that goes in there. And that's the pocket. And that's got a little bit of Velcro on there. That's how it's staying together. So there's the center of the other signature. I think this is all done. All done. I definitely want a word here. What if we what if we just do a smile on here? But I think I want something else too. And I had at one point a little tiny tag. Do a tag. Oh, that one's too big. Nope. Oh, you know what? I love this bottle. What if we put the smile down here and just tuck the bottle in? I like that. I like it a lot. Because it's the green that picks up the green on here. And it fits very nicely. I love, this is my favorite of all the bottles. Now I'm sitting here thinking about, do I want to glue it down or do I want to just tuck it in there? And I'm thinking for the interactivity that I might just want to tuck it in there. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? And we have this. And then the back. Okay. Let's go through and pick some laces. Let me get my lace buckets down and pick some laces to put along the top and along the edges. Because I do need some along the edges too. That's what we're going to use. So let's see. Oh, here's one. It's a nice white lace. And I love this. Now, I could grungy it up, but I don't think I'm going to. Now, I could either put that across there. I actually really like it across there. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to figure this out. I just want to pick some laces, glue them down, and make it pretty. The glue is... Okay, let's see if we have a front and a back. This is the back. Okay. Let's kind of get this right up to the top. There we go. Now, I could use, oh, see, that just makes that page. Doesn't that really just... Now, on this one, I could put something down the edge, since we're really not going to do anything else here. So let me see what else I have in the box. I have some really, really pretty laces. Ooh, look at this one. It might be too big. I mean, it might stick out too much. Well, maybe not. I'm going to hold on to that, though. I'm not going to use it just yet. Ooh, look at this one. I like this one. I've used this before. Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So let's cut it. And then we'll put some glue down the edge of the... All right, come on. Stop with all the dramatics here. Here we go. There must be a goober of glue inside here because it keeps... I mean, I use the pen and it cleans it out, but then it's like that goober comes back up to the hole. Okay, come on. There we go. That's a lot better. All right, and let's put this to the top, over to the side a little bit, and then we'll... And that gives this page a little more prettiness too. Okay. All right, there's that one. And then we have a little bit of pink lace over here. All right, let's go. Well, no, let's just keep going. Do we want to put lace on all of the... I didn't put it on the fronts. All of the pages that are like this one. All right, let's find something for this page. Huh, how about this one? This is another white one. Goes this way. So what about that? Down the side of the page. I kind of like it. Like I said, I'm just going to put laces on here. Some will be white, some will be off-white. I'm not worrying too much about that. I'm just getting the lace down. And then we'll, hopefully along the way, we'll see places where it needs it at the top. I know one page for sure that does. All right. All right, there's that. Oh, it's starting to look pretty. I think we might need a little bit of like an antique lace across the top here. And I've got some of that. What about this up here? Oh, I wish you guys could talk to me. It's got blue in it, and I'm not sure that the blue goes, but everything else does. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. Because that's really pretty. I am just going to do it. So, what are y'all up to today? This fine Monday morning. Or no, this is Tuesday. Oh, I have some news for you guys. You remember I took that fall and I broke my femur and I had that whole debacle. I actually broke, so my femur I broke on the right side. I actually broke one of the metatarsals on my left foot too. So I actually had two breaks, but the other one was really minor. We didn't really even treat it. It just healed on its own and it's all fine now. But ever since I've been in rehab, it started in rehab, and I thought it was their beds and their chairs were just so uncomfortable that they were giving me a sore back, because I had a backache like nobody's business. And since I've come home, I still have it. So I'm guessing that it was related to the fall, because I still have it. And I went yesterday to my orthopedic surgeon for a follow-up, and I told him, that I had this issue. And he said, well, we're gonna, I have something else I want to use here. He said, we're going to x-ray you. We'll just x-ray your back too and see what's going on there. What about this right at the top? I like it. It's, and I could cut it in half, which I think I might do. He said, we'll just, x-ray your back and see if we can see what's going on in there. Because, it just gets excruciating. And it turns out that I have a compression fracture on my L3 vertebrae. So I had 3 fractures in that little incident of mine. Can you believe it? Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. 3 fractures out of that mess. So there's no treatment really. Tony Scott, if you watch this, I know you're a nurse, you'll know this. There's really no treatment for a compression fracture. You just baby it, take care of it, and let it heal. Don't overdo it. I had gone for a half mile walk the other day. My husband wanted me to get out and walk. I was like, okay. He's like, you need to get some exercise. I said, okay. So I went with him, and I was shot for the rest of the day. It hurt so bad. It hurts so bad. So I'm healing from that as well. I'm going to round these corners, and I will probably kind of take some brown and kind of grungy up the, isn't that pretty? I might put some, I don't know, like some pearls, or I have these little tiny, but I don't know that I have a red in here. We do have a green though. Oh, that's blue. Maybe I don't have that little green. It's green on the back, but then when I turn it over, it's blue. I have like a green, but so I have some little yellow ones. How about if we put some of those across the top? That one's not. They're little tiny things, but I love them because they don't make the journal real bulky. So what if I just put, actually, where I would put it is on the outside. I don't like stuff like that on the inside. 1, 2, and 3. and maybe a 4 and a 5. All right, I don't know. They're not really the right color, though. Nope, I don't like it because they're not the right color. I have these that are like a pink, but it's more like a fuchsia, although they're so small. We might be able to get away with them. Come on. And if this doesn't work, I'll just put some pearls across there. One, 2, 3. Thank goodness for tweezers. 3. 4. And no, there's more in here. There we go. I missed it. Oh, there we go. And 5. What do you guys think about that? But see, then it clashes with all the red, so I don't like that either. So how about if we just get some tiny little pearls, because I've got real little ones. Come on. I really like those. It's too bad that didn't work. All right, how about... No, those are too little. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I'm going to leave that off for right now, and I'm going to play with that when I'm just by myself because I'm not really liking this. And what I think I might want to do is take a piece of real thin white ribbon and put across the middle of this. Because I think that green is just too much. I like it. I like it a lot. And as soon as I saw that lace, I knew I wanted to use it in here, but I think it just might be a little too much. Yeah, it goes this way. All right. But I think this is really nice. And then what I can do from here, something I'm very fond of doing. I'm a very, sometimes asymmetrical, but I like patterns. And I gravitate toward making patterns. Okay. Let's cut this off. And so what I might do now that I have this is take those little tiny ones, and I'm not going to do this on video because it will take too long. But what I'm going to do is take these little ones and put one in each one of the little round spots. Yeah, this will take forever to do if I try to do it now, and I'll get frustrated and I might cuss. We don't want that. We don't want that. But I'll show you what it's going to look like. I am just having a heck of a time, aren't I? It doesn't help that my fingers are covered in glue. All right. Let's see if I can pick this up without dumping it all over the place again. So here's what it's going to look like across the top. Little tiny pearls there. But I like this with the green and then the white on top of it. I like that a lot. It tones down the green a little bit. And gives it a little more interest. All right. All right, so I will put that, I will round these corners, ink it up, and I'll probably dirty up that a little bit. And I may put a little, how about this one? That's too long though, I can cut it down. I can make this big heart, and then put that right there. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. All right. So I'm sort of running out of time here. Well, let's just keep going and see what. This is the one that I wanted to put something across the top, and I was thinking that maybe, no, that's too much. How about this one that we used on the edge of the page? I like that a lot, actually. So let's use this one. Got it on that pink page behind it. My goober has clogged it up again. I'm going to need to take this thing apart and just really clean it really good, because it's very frustrating. There's that, and it goes off the page a little, but that's okay, or I can cut it later. I don't want to cut it while the glue's wet because it'll pull it off. And then the other thing I want to do on this page, let me find it. Let's see. What do I have? I've got so much lace, you guys. I have so many bins and bins and bins of lace. I can't keep them all straight. Now, I just want and maybe what I want is a piece of ribbon or some such thing. What I wanted to do was put, this is ticking, not ticking, tatting. No, maybe I just want to put a little ribbon or something down there. I'll figure it out. Or a word up here, because it needs more. All right, we got this. Okay, we definitely need some lace up here. And let's see, I have one more piece of this, because that really goes with that. And it would be consistent. Put the white across it. And then it would be consistent with the other page in the journal. But I like that it matches the green. Okay. Let's cut this even. Okay. There we go. And then the other thing that I will be doing, I will have some little charms that I'll be hanging down, from these. And so I guess I have more work to do on this than I thought. But that's okay. Okay, where did my little tiny lace go? My little tiny thin lace. I have this one. It's a lot thicker than that other one was. Let's see. Let's see. No, this one's too thick. Let's see what we got. More of that green lace. Well, oh, there's some pink. Oh, not on this page. Okay, I know I've got a ton of that real thin lace because I had it everywhere. And now I'm just not seeing it. Of course I'm not seeing it because I'm online. Some little white rickrack. Oh, there it is. I dropped it on the floor. That's why I couldn't find it. All right, we're at 54 minutes, so I'm going to finish this up here within the hour, and then I'll go off and finish the rest of it. And then I'll do a flip through before I take it to Corinne. Her name is Corinne. My favorite CNA ever. She just, I mean, they were all nice, but she was just, she used to go and find me treats in the kitchen after hours, like after the staff had all left. She'd find me sugar-free chocolate pudding and Lorna Doone cookies, and she used to bring, well, that didn't work very well. Come on. Plus, she was just really nice to me. She just made sure I was as comfortable as could be, given the circumstances. And she just took really good care of me. All right. There we go. So there's that one. All right, I'm going to finish up. So we did a lot today. I'm glad that we got these middle pages done. I love this slider. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then this page is really nice. Yeah, I'm loving it. In fact, let's take a piece of this. And put it in here. I don't need them quite that long. There we go. And we have a pink topper. So we got the pockets in, front and back. Those are all nice. Got some words on. It's getting to be a chunky monkey. And then I'll have to put my closure on. I'm just going to put eyelet front and back and use some kind of a ribbon to tie it. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been interesting as we're winding down on getting this thing done. And I will come back and give you a final flip through when it's done, and I got to put the cover on too. I thought we'd get through a lot of this stuff today, but it takes time. It takes a lot of time to really do a journal the right way. So, oh, I love this. All right, folks, have a wonderful day. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps. So do comments. It lets YouTube know you guys approve of what I'm doing, and they'll give me more exposure. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.